Hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Listen, today's topic. We have a lot to cover. Steve Saunders finally has been let go from the Ravens. That's number one. Hallelujah. Hey! Hallelujah. Praise him! Yes! So Steve Saunders is out of there. Shout out to T. Martin, because he has become the new quarterback's coach for the Ravens. Hey, yo, I told you he was nice. It's a beautiful day. It's funny because this information came out yesterday, right after I put out the video. So I was just like, no. I was like, man, are you serious? But I said I was going to cover it either way. You know, it's the Wunderkind Show. So I wanted to touch on that stuff first. First and foremost, congratulations to T. Martin. Bye-bye to Steve Saunders, right? And also, as everybody remembers, we got Willie Taggart as the running backs coach. So we got that in there, right? As Raven fans so far, positional coaches, they've been hitting it out of the park. And I've been happy so far with their decisions. But that's just what that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the scratching the surface of today's episode. Now, you know where we're going to go with this because, you know, the media has been on their Lamar tour. And they're not going to stop. This is going to hit a fever pitch eventually, but they're going to keep throwing body blows and jabs until they get something that they want that's substantial. But the other day, Mad Dog Russo came on First Take and was going against Keyshawn Johnson. You remember the former wide receiver for the Jets and the Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he was saying that Lamar doesn't deserve the money he's asking for, number one, and he would take certain players over him. So I'm going to play the clip for you. I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to absolutely dismantle that man right after. So without further ado, let's get this party started.
He deserves every single penny. Have you seen him with him? Have you seen him without him?
All right. How many playoff games has he won?
How many playoff games?
It's fine that he's only won one playoff game. There's a lot of quarterbacks, even the guy upstate, up in Buffalo. He's gone in the playoff,
right,
but he's lost. But they didn't have a problem paying him. They gave him his money.
You know,
Aaron Rodgers hadn't won a championship since how long now? They backed up the truck and gave him $150 million of guaranteed money on a 3-year deal, which he makes about $58 million of that this year. And you say, well, he's been MVP 4 times. You paying that type of money just to get an MVP, or you paying for championships?
Lamar's not as good as Josh Allen, and he's not as good as Aaron Rodgers.
In my opinion, he's as good as Josh Allen.
Where is the evidence that supports that?
First of all, he's been the MVP.
All right.
He took the league by storm.
Okay. He
is not playing with a Stephon Diggs at all whatsoever.
That's fine.
Not even close.
Fine.
His best receivers are tied in.
When he played in postseason games, was he impressive? Has he lasted?
He did not play well in a postseason game.
No, not games.
So he didn't play well in postseason games. Two of them.
No, more than two.
No, two of them. Two.
He played badly in Buffalo, badly in San Diego, and Tennessee.
Two games he played bad in.
No, he scored 3 points in Buffalo. He
personally played bad in.
No, he played bad in more than two. But the bottom line is, he has not shown you that you can win a Super Bowl with. That's why I can't give him the guaranteed contract.
But you can give Josh Allen his money.
Because you can
give Justin Herbert his money when his time comes. Has he shown anything?
I'd take Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson right now.
Jesus, God! Oh my God! Why do they do this? I don't know! You know what? Dude, talk to him, girl. Talk to him.
Finish him, Daddy.
I'm gonna get this dude because I want to know why. You see, I got into an argument on Twitter about this. And listen, we're going to cover and we touch on all subjects within sports related. Some people hate running from certain like age-old narratives when they've been rooted in a lot of bad things from the past. And here's the thing. When you're saying Lamar, remember when he brought the San Diego game? His rookie season, when he took a team, right, that was clearly out of the playoffs and got them into the playoffs, he's saying, who cares? He played bad his rookie year. Jesus, God, why do they lie? Why do they try? Like, it's ridiculous. As a rookie. And guess what happened? What's crazy with this, right? This man Herbert misses the playoffs for how many years? He finally gets to the playoffs after his, fourth year in the league? And he blows a 25-point lead. And y'all expect me to not look at that a certain way? What does that look to you? Did you see how fast he was like, I'll take Herbert over him in a heartbeat? Why? If you're berating him and saying he doesn't play good in the playoffs, Herbert has more offensive weapons, more stars, right? Okay, so it's easier for him to be what he is, right? He's had less games won. He's had less playoff success. His defense spotted him 25 points. 25 points. And that wasn't enough to get the win.
Oh, great heavens!
It's bad. Why? And it always goes back to this, well, why? Then you have people that's trying to, sugarcoat it. Well, it's because he threw for 5,000 yards. If that was true, if yardage was always it, then y'all guys should love Dak Prescott. Oh, you didn't know I was going to go there, did you? Right? Then you guys should love Jameis Winston. Oh, you forgot about him too, huh? Mr. 30 for 30 himself. But let's not talk about that. Let's not bring that into focus. It's absolutely deplorable that people will sit up there that have massive platforms to degrade, denigrate, disgrace somebody's name and accomplishments, to belittle them also. All because of age-old fallacies. Justin Herbert has had help. He's had offensive-minded coaching. He's had defensive stars. He's had defenses make prime plays for him, and he has won no playoff games. He's only made the playoffs once. The man is the literal definition of a stat patter. And on top of it, most of his passing yards, a large portion, comes from check downs to Mr. Eckler himself. But you know what? We're not going to call that into scrutiny. No. You know what they're going to say? Want me to tell you what they're going to say? Come here. Let me tell you what they're going to say. Look at the camera. They're going to say, Justin Herbert looks the part. Aren't you tired of hearing that that's always what it comes back to? He just looks the part. How many QBs are taking number 1, number 2, number 3 in the top ones, and they never hit? All the reason why they are picked so high is because they look the part. And then they're like, oh, well, it's only because, big, tall. Oh, he stands in the pocket. Josh Allen didn't stand in the pocket. If we're going, if you're going to take college players, right? I'm going to show this in its entirety on a macro level. If you're going to look at college players, right, to draft them into the NFL, then you have to look at a player and say, okay, what did he do in college, right? Josh Allen's tape in college was abysmal. How did he get looked at? Tannehill didn't even play. He played receiver and then went to quarterback. Why did he get taken? What happened to those other quarterbacks that were pro-ready? Right? Drafted before Lamar. What happened to those guys? They weren't Heisman winners. So if we're going strictly on talent and production, then why were they drafted over him? So a lot of those guys, Lamar had more passing yards than them. But you don't want to bring that up. Lamar was in a pro-style offense, and a lot of them were never in a pro-style offense, but you don't like to bring that up. Yeah, right? But let's just leave all of that to the side. It's ridiculous. Call a spade a spade. You're looking at a quarterback, right? That has thrown more touchdown passes than let's say a Joe Burrow ever has. And Joe Burrow has way more help than Lamar Jackson could ever dream of. Justin Herbert has more offensive talent than Lamar Jackson could ever dream of. He doesn't have the regular season success. All he has are numbers, statistics. And a lot of you guys, right, that have went against other players that have had it have said, what? Stats are for losers. Y'all remember when that came out? Stats are for losers. It's about if you're winning. Remember, those are your arguments when you were trying to prop up Brady. So it's seeming you guys are picking narratives when you want to go against certain QBs. And the next QB you guys seem to love, absolutely find jovial happiness into hate, is Lamar Jackson. It's sad. It really is. Because at what point do we start calling it out for what it really is? Like, seriously. I don't even have to say it. Y'all know exactly what it is. You guys, there has been NFL aficionados, the professionals that skipped over him, the professionals that came out and said, oh, he can win 12 MVPs. I wouldn't consider him a quarterback. So they're willing to lose. That's just like some of the fans. Think about this. They are willing to lose than to have him as their quarterback. They're willing to not win a Super Bowl than to have him as his quarterback. That's more than ignorance. That has to be deeply rooted in hate at some point. You can't just say, oh, I'm ignorant to it, I'm ignorant to it, I'm ignorant to it. And I'm going to say this too, because I want this to be clipped. You know why? Because I know everybody likes to have receipts, right? So I want you to clip this part. Mark my words. When Lamar Jackson wins his first title, right, and then probably goes on to win his second title, they're going to say, instead of saying, oh, Lamar can't play and whatever, because the only thing they can say is that he hasn't got a Super Bowl, right? Once he gets the Super Bowl, you know what they're going to say, right? They're going to go, well, I would still pick Justin Herbert, and then Lamar Jackson just isn't my taste. Mark my words. You're going to hear multiple pundits, multiple people on Twitter, multiple people on that thing called Facebook come out and say, well, he's just not my taste. And that's going to be enough for excuse to absolve everything that they've said thus far. No more is ignorance is bliss. No more we are blind to your guys' like falsehoods. Lamar Jackson has been asked to produce at historic levels with less. And for everybody banging the table, he got defense. Look how good that defense is. They are so great. His defense, since y'all love numbers, was giving up the most points in the fourth quarter in the NFL. They were giving up the most yards, 10 yards or plus, in the NFL. So they were giving up big plays. They couldn't get off the field on third down, right? And fourth quarter was total collapses. And you know what they told Lamar? Go win the game. Go win the game. Remember, when he was blowing people out, the excuse why they didn't like him is said, oh, well, he can't come back. He can't come back. He can't do it. He can't do it. Well, what he should do is let the game get close enough so he can actually make a comeback. Then he had comeback. Well, you know, the offense doesn't look like how it used to look. I mean, you know, so he can't win. Because all of your arguments are rooted in hatred. That's what it is. Listen, as a Raven fan, outside of Lamar not being signed, I should be happy, right? We got a new running backs coach. I love T. Martin. I absolutely love that guy. I'm happy for him. Oh, he got O's. And we got rid of the guy, Saunders, that gave everybody on the team COVID, right? I should be happy. But no, we're here arguing about the absolute phenom that is Lamar Demetrius Jackson. Because once again, people are deep rooted in their fallacies. They even lie at some points. Oh, you know, his mom is his agent. Lamar Jackson went on record and said, I'm the one doing it. The NFLPA and them are there, but it's me. And they're still running with the narrative saying that it's his mom. And then they'll say, oh, well, you know, we don't know. We could just speculate. I have no respect for Mad Dog Russo at all. Like zero. Zero. You know why? It's because a lot of people don't recognize I compare Lamar to Michael Jordan. I do. Because when I was growing up, I read so many books and so much newspapers. Because back then we didn't have phones. We had newspapers. We had so many newspapers on people hating on Jordan. They were saying he's not Larry Bird. He's not Magic. He can't make people better. And I remember Jordan came out and said, yo, if I had their teammates, I could. Jordan had to navigate through an NBA association with nothing but Hall of Fame players going against teams racked, filled with Hall of Fame level players. And then after he proved, like, oh my God, I'm the guy. Oh my God, I'm so fly. All of those pundits that were saying what they were saying, all those pundits that were saying he's just a dunker, he doesn't look like he has the intelligence of a Larry Bird and stuff like that, right? You can't, they changed. They changed the narrative. All of a sudden it's hard to even find some of the stuff that they were saying. Because only in media can you be absolved totally for your bogus, lying, hatred-filled narratives. And there be no repercussions to anything that you say. Only in media. And I should be okay with that? I should be okay with that. Let me tell you once again what the Ravens need to do. Deshaun got $230 million. Okay, no problem. Lamar, we'll give you $231 million guaranteed, right? Guaranteed. Make it a $270 million contract. Guess what? Now you got some wiggle room, right? He gets all the guarantees he wants with you getting the flexibility that you need. He gets that. Everyone's like, oh my God, Lamar Jackson just got the best contract in the NFL. Now, Bengals got to do the same thing. You know they're cheap. You know they're cheap. Herbert's team got to do the same thing. But the Ravens don't think like that. They don't think like that. They're like, nah, we give you 100. 120. Man, 130. Lamar Jackson has been nothing but an absolute class act. He's been respectful. He's been the good guy. He hasn't slandered the organization. He has done everything the right way. And during this entire procedure, he's been hated. They've questioned his intelligence, questioned his motives, questioned his commitment. Like, at what point do us fans say enough is enough? So, what do I have to say to Mad Dog Russo? You can hate a lot today. But the funny thing is, when tomorrow comes, and tomorrow is fastly approaching, let's see how fast you switch up on national television, sir. And I'm gonna say sir because you are my elder. And that's as much as respect you're going to get from me. And that was another episode of The Wunderkind Show. You guys know what it is. Listen, I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I so appreciate that. Thank you for all the donations. After every donation, I promise I will say your name on this podcast to thank you personally. So I just want to thank everybody that has contributed, everybody that has put their hard-earned money as an investment into this platform. Thank you. And for anybody that's new watching, please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Because you know we like to talk, and we talk amongst each other. We real with one another. We family. Team Wunderkind at its highest. And also, if you would also like to donate to the channel and to the platform, at the bottom of the screen is a QR code to a Cash App, or you can leave a super thanks, right? But in the description is also the Cash App, and the name of it, $, The Wunderkind Show. So once again, it's The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here.
Finish him, Daddy.
And I'm out. Yerp!